surround everyone is all the light was fading like the light's back now.
Hello, welcome to my channel for Evolved Humans. I'm Miss Day. This is a collective reading. So the very first thing I thought of, sorry, the cards are going to be loud just for a second. The very first thing I thought of was that it's like I got this glimpse of someone in their like teen years into later teen years, maybe even late childhood into teen years. It's like you kind of had everything around you that you technically needed in a material and physical way, but you didn't have. It's almost like you were super needy and like kind of constantly wishing for a deeper connection with a guardian, and then you just stopped needing it one day. And I feel like it's beautiful and painful at the same time, because it's like there's this beautiful that's something else. When I talk about like feminine and masculine, I just want to like say that I feel like the masculine is the physical stuff that we all have, and like the physical control and authority of this stuff, and then the feminine is the emotional processes. So it's like there's a lot. I feel like you stopped needing at some point, but like you blossomed by producing love instead. It's like you produced by trying to nurture. Like what you didn't get, you wanted to give. And I don't even feel like you carried that in a negative way. And I think that you I wonder if your body has experienced, I wonder if you've experienced something where you had to change, you had to refocus on your body, like your diet, certain maybe even just substances that you had to stop taking. I don't mean because of being an addict or something. I mean because of physical organ issues or something. It feels like emotionally you're really, really matured and able to process a lot. I feel like whoever this reading is for, I think you use your abilities to literally help heal others with your hands. You could be I just immediately thought of someone working in a hospital or helping people deliver babies. I just instantly feel like you're someone that takes that stuff seriously neat. I was thinking earlier today that there are different types of professionals. The same way there are different levels of people in every genre of everything and industry. It's because you can go to a place that specializes in the cosmetic part of glasses, or a place that specializes in really high quality lenses, different things. I feel like there are certain medical professionals who are very constant about their learning and up-leveling themselves so that they can provide the best service, just like anywhere, any type of industry you work for. And it's or that your craft that you're an expert in or whatever. And I feel like whoever you are, you're uniquely really, really good at whatever it is you set out to do. I feel like you're one of those people that decides to be happy even if you're in an unhappy or maybe less than satisfying situation. And I feel like you've kind of been the voice of reason, and that's been a really helpful thing throughout your life. I think that your intuition is very apparent and you're comfortable to speak it because it feels like a surface thing. I feel like your intuitive side, part of you, just the information that you know is not created simply because of yourself. I feel like you always wanted to use that. You always wanted to do something that would benefit someone. And it's almost like it just started blossoming because of a lack of something being filled in you. I also wonder if there's someone in here that had a persecuted feeling in their youth. Maybe if you were getting the attention of someone, if you were made to feel kind of it feels like it might have sparked jealousy in someone else, and they gave you sort of that feeling, and you knew it. And it's almost like you reflected it right off and just wanted to grow in love and nurturing others. Like, it makes me want to cry because that's so beautiful. That's so not us. Like, we're not nice naturally. And I feel like this is just so sweet. And that's really beautiful because that's what I feel whenever I feel really nice messages from my guide that are teaching me something strong, but they're also I've got you, that type of message. That's what this feels like. I feel like that's your spirit. You're just I just want to love. You're oh, I'm not gonna get it, okay, and you just love outwardly anyway. But I do feel because you it's almost like you have paid for that in a physical sense. That's what I wonder. I also feel like you were manipulated emotionally. That's what this feels like. It feels like you're so pure in intention, but you were so treated not that. You weren't treated like you were high level. You weren't treated like you were smart. It's pretty intense. And the other thing that it makes me think of is just almost like a cloud holding you down, like a shadowy type of feeling. But I feel like what the message is from the guides is basically, this is crazy. It's the theme today is so parenty. It's such a parenty type of thing where they're saying so strongly, oh, look what you've become. When someone graduates and everybody in the family, just think about a high school graduation, because this is what this feels like. Not like you're graduating something. It doesn't feel like that. But that feeling when some marker in your life or in a child's life that you've watched grow up fully, they reach a certain point and you're it's not the accomplishment I'm talking about. It's just the awareness and the acceptance of, look, they are grown. They are grown. They have become this, and that is not what they started as. That is a realization that is very endearing from a parent or a grandparent. That's why everybody's all about giving the parent a flower at senior things. I don't know. But it's obviously an emotional moment. But it's not the way that, I'm not talking about the societal thing though, where it's oh, good job, you've accomplished something. This feels more like the things that you have gone through. It feels like you are deserving of being matched, that nurturing feeling. I feel like they have this feeling of, oh my gosh, look what you've become, look what you're capable of. And you're so capable. It's you may feel like you're damaged because you're so aware of what you've been through. And you may have quirks that you have to constantly be, keep track of, or cycles that you have to just keep at bay. I get that. But I feel like what you have done for others, you have grown from something that didn't start here. That's what this is. It's literally that feeling where you have gotten to this place that we watched you get to, and we know, we saw it, and it feels like they know that there's been struggles with your awakening too, because there's so much stuff to do with the healing. And I feel like when those things come in, I feel like what this message is too is, don't block it, because what you ask for, you receive. So if you're asking for help, it's coming, and it doesn't always come fun at first, because in order to fill up with high vibrational stuff, all the stuff you deserve and you've worked to receive and experience in this lifetime, you have to get rid of something first. You have to remove things that are in the way. You can't put new furniture in a house full of old furniture. You just can't. So it's what they want you to do is look at yourself the way they are looking at you. because the sense of accomplishment needs to be about you and not the stuff you've done, the money you make, because it feels like that for a lot of you. I think some of you too. I kept getting this feeling today that someone had gone through this experience of like materialism sort of taking hold, and that might have something to do with some of the manipulation as well, like just with the view of you in some sort of crowd. And I feel like what they want you to do is upgrade that view of yourself because you're fully capable of doing so. Like you've blossomed the whole way, and I feel like you're capable of, like, you never deserved any of the body stuff too. I feel like because of things that we go through emotionally, we do get affected physically. Like, and I don't mean that for everything because I'm not gonna disregard anything, but like I'm just saying, it feels like some of the physical stuff in here, it's evil. That might be it too. If there were like certain things that you had to get rid of from like your diet or your lifestyle that contributed to bad things happening physically, I feel like they don't want you to look at yourself and feel and manipulate yourself into thinking like badly of your own self because of that. Like, oh, well, I did this, so I'll be in this situation forever. They're like, stop doing that. You need to see yourself as your actual self and not the way that others made you think that these are the things that matter about a person, because I feel like you know better. Like, if you're so aligned with them, it's such a beautiful, strong reading. It's such a straight and narrow, like, blossom from pain. It was just instant blossom. It makes me think of something horribly sad, but I have to say it because it was on a gravestone that I've seen, and it was like a child. She was 4 and died in 1954, and it's at a cemetery that's close to where I live, and it's like one of my favorite things I've ever seen on a gravestone, because it says, budded on earth to blossom in heaven. And it's like the most beautiful thing ever. And I feel like that's what this is about. Like, you've blossomed here. And I feel like that's how they see you. Like, you literally blossomed. And I feel like it's just very powerful. I feel like your love, if you're like that nurturing of a person so frequently, okay, so that's what it feels like. It feels like there's such a tender, nurturing soul here that you don't know that is strength. Like, you don't know that that's very strong footing. Like, holy crap is what I'm saying. So, okay. It feels like going forward, the biggest message here is that your body reacting better is dependent on you creating a new view. Like, I feel like it's create a new view. It's not like remove old stuff. I think you've healed your own versions of things, but I think that your next step in the process of healing is to create a new view. Like, stop looking back at what was and focus on what's right here, right now. Like, this time and space, this one. Because this is the one that you've got, and this is the one where they're like, you have gotten here, you have blossomed, and you feel like you haven't because maybe your body has held you back. So I feel like you need to understand, whoever this reading is for, it's like the message is you need to feel that that is an accomplishment. You need to feel that you are an accomplishment and that you are not like a broken vase. I think that you had to shield yourself off all throughout your life. And I think that developed your personality. Like, I think that's just what you do very naturally now. And I think that what they're trying to tell you is now you have that sort of feeling within your own body, because it's like your body has blocked your own growth movement or something. Yeah, this reading's not for everyone, but okay. So, and you know what though? This even feels like someone who's like not really taking care of themselves enough to have energy. Like, maybe you're not eating and drinking the right things, or you know you should, but you don't do it. It's like, if you don't do the things you know you need to do, then it's like you're not matching your own want. Like, the vibration that you want to match, and like you want to match higher frequencies. you're not like, I want to have friends that are low vibe. Yeah. It's like, if you want to reach higher and you are in a struggle moment, they're like saying physically, you have to, then if you can't do it physically, they're like, then do it emotionally, because that's a physical experience too. So, okay. Very strong mind, and I feel like you have a very strong imagination too. Like, this feels like a very open, moving mind, but your body can't. It's not a can't thing. It might be like you feel energetically like you can't. That's what I mean. It's like someone feels tired or something, but you know better. Like, you know what you could do to fix it. But I think it's just this old mindset of, well, like, it's almost like an old feeling of defeat that they're wanting you don't have to work on fighting defeat. You just have to work on creating a new feeling. Like, do that. Let us help you. Listen to them. That's something I wrote down, and it's coming into my head now. And I had completely forgotten about it. But I wrote down this thing that someone is feeling almost so... It's like someone is feeling so in their head that they're not listening to people. They're not listening. And it's like, that's the feeling that we get when we're stuck in certain things. So it's like someone gets in that moment where they're feeling so in their head, they're not really sure how to listen to stuff that makes them feel better. So it's like, there's this big message that it feels like, stop fighting it. Like, your body is not against you. I feel like when the emotions are running rampant, like, you feel like a mess. And I feel like they're saying, let it move. Let your emotions process. Like, let it get bigger. That's when you're going to start feeling better. That's when you're going to know what new stuff to try or to do. Oh, crazy. Okay. And whoever, it's so interesting because it feels like such a balanced, like, masculine and feminine in this one, where you're very good at organizing and navigating your own thoughts, but at the same time, you need to use that ability to improve the full experience and not just the stuff that you can handle up here. It's like you need to move it through. That's going to keep you cycling upward. So, and speak it too, like, speak out that type of stuff. That's another thing. Because I think that whoever you are, you're good at articulating things. If you've been told you're not, or manipulated into silence, like, you're good with words. You're good with your words. Maybe not in an emotional situation, like, not everybody's good at that all the time, but, like, I think that you can be good at it, even if that's writing it out for your own self, and then, like, reflect on it later. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that at that. Thank you for watching this video. If you felt drawn or guided to it, if you feel like you're guided to the videos or that they resonate, definitely subscribe to my channel and allow for notifications so you know when there are future uploads. Email me if you want a personal reading, and definitely join my membership if you want members only readings, as well as different information about how to connect better to your own self and your own guides and just raise the vibration of your vehicle. Okay, I hope you guys are having a really good weekend, and I will see you in the next video. All right, bye.